All right, guys, going to take you through the Forge Concepts holster leg strap. When you receive the leg strap, it'll come in a bag like this, and you'll have the leg strap along with a screw. Talk this design. So first of all, these come with two different buckle types. Here we have the Cobra FM. It's a nice, super lightweight buckle from Austria Alpine. You guys are probably familiar with the larger versions of this on battle belts, but clicks in nicely, super smooth, nice looking buckle. The other type that we have is your standard side release. Just a simple side release closure buckle, extremely strong design. This plastic will last. Now, talking through the design features of the leg strap, what makes this unique is our ratio of webbing and elastic. And the reason that we designed this in the first place was after wearing your standard 1.5 inch, 100% elastic leg strap, got hot spots and just found it really uncomfortable after wearing it for multiple days and thought there had to be a better design. Turns out there wasn't anything we really liked, so we came up with this one. And what we did is we took a 1 inch piece of mil-spec webbing and ran it for most of the length of the leg strap. And then here we have some 1 inch elastic that's doubled over and sewn so that it gives you enough stretch so that this leg strap will move with you and be extremely comfortable. But at the same time, you don't have to crank it really tight like you do with other elastic ones because this webbing does not stretch. We spent a long time figuring out what the right ratio was of elastic to webbing, and we absolutely think that we nailed it. Honestly, the feedback we get from many of our customers is they forget that they're actually wearing a leg strap. I've definitely had the experience, and we've had plenty of stories, and you can see reviews on the site of guys doing this where they go to take their belt off at the end of the duty day and forget they have a leg strap clipped on, go to set it down, and it's still attached. So if you have this set up properly, you will not know that you were wearing a leg strap. The other thing we did is we put a grommet right next to where the elastic and webbing meet. This grommet allows you to mount this leg strap to a variety of drop legs, which we'll show you here in a second, but it also creates a natural pivot point so that this leg strap can move with you. Finally, they're size adjustable. They expand up to 35 inches, but you have both the adjusting on the male clip, and then you also have a tri-glide so that you can manage your excess. What we recommend doing is spacing them 2 to 3 inches apart, and then we recommend leaving roughly a palm's width of extra webbing at the end so that you can adjust if you're wearing winter clothing or anything else other than that. But it's very simple to just cut these and burn the end to adjust the leg strap to your size. You absolutely do not need to have a 12-inch tail of webbing hanging down as you're running this leg strap. On the Cobra buckle one, we use a metal tri-glide as well, so it's an all-metal hardware. Again, extremely robust and adjusts the same way on the male end of the buckle and on the tri-glide. This leg strap works with every major drop leg solution that we've seen on the market. Here we have a Safariland UBL, but it works with all of them. This is probably the most common drop leg that's out there, so we'll show that first. Now, when it comes to mounting this grommet, this allows you to mount at whatever height you like. Personally, I think the lower the better, so it doesn't ride up on your leg, but you can put it wherever you want. In this case, I'm going to show here on the lowest setting. Now, something that we'll commonly see is guys will undo this screw on the back and they'll mount the leg strap back here. And that puts a ton of pressure on this grommet, and that's not how it's designed to mount. So make sure when you're mounting, you mount it the way that we show here in this video. What I'm going to do is take out this screw. Now, depending on what type of drop leg you have, the screws might be too short to mount a grommet in the middle, and that's why all of our leg straps ship with this longer screw. This is your standard Safariland pattern screw that works with pretty much every holster that's out there. For all these videos, we're going to be showing it with a QLS plate, but this exact same methodology works if you mount your holster directly to your drop leg. You're simply going to sandwich the leg strap between the holster and the drop leg. So I'm going to take a little bit of space here that I've created now. I'm going to run that screw in from the back, put the grommet in between, and thread it into place. We've gotten questions on how tight this should be. That's a user preference thing. The looser it is, the more easily it's going to pivot. If you decide to leave it really loose, I would recommend taking a little bit of blue Loctite and Loctiting this point in, but you don't need to. Just make sure you check your tension. But this screw is more than long enough to allow your leg strap to go through. Once you've done that, all you want to do is adjust the length of your leg strap to meet your leg. The way that we recommend doing it is that your elastic should have just a small bit of tension on it, about 1/4 to 1/2 inch, and that's probably the right amount of tension to give you the retention that you want without making it uncomfortable. But again, play around with it. Adjust your sizing by sliding through the male buckle, then through your tri-glide, and then you can cut and burn any excess off that you want. The next drop leg we're going to show is the Guardian Warrior Solutions bang hanger. These are a more recent addition to the market. We think they're a phenomenal solution. They use a curved thermoplastic, which gives it some flex, but it's extremely rigid laterally. Very comfortable, very popular in the law enforcement world. So now for installing the leg strap on the bang hanger. First thing you're gonna do is undo this screw. When you do this, you'll notice that the back of the bang hanger has these two slots that are designed for your typical 1.5 inch leg strap that we find really uncomfortable. And we do not recommend running the leg strap through there. You can do that if you want, but it will not pivot and ride as low as it can. So all I'm gonna simply do now, take that grommet, align it with the hole, thread my screw back in, tighten down to the desired tension. From there, I can adjust my leg strap tension to meet the size of my leg and my requirements, and it's now mounted to the Guardian Warrior Solution bang hanger. Here we have the AXL Advanced True North Concepts collaboration called the RHP. This is similar to the True North MHA, but they've made some pretty cool changes to it. And mounting works similarly to all the different ways that we can mount our leg strap. This drop leg solution does accept the True North drop bracket that can mount down below, but here we're going to mount it between the RHP and this QLS plate. For mounting, you'll notice on the inside of your leg strap a Made in the USA flag. That is designed to face your leg. So whether you're a righty or a lefty, put that flag facing your leg and the leg strap will be oriented correctly. We do recommend that you run the elastic portion of the leg strap facing forward with the webbing backwards. The reason is that this puts the elastic on the front of your leg where it sees the least abrasion if you're sitting in vehicles, doing scramblers, things like that. But we do have plenty of guys who like to run the leg strap this way, and you can absolutely do that if that's your preference. The first thing we're gonna do is go ahead and remove this screw. In this case, it's a Phillips one. I'm going to lift up this QLS plate, place our grommet, and the screw is going to go inside that grommet and get threaded back into place. Adjust your tension to allow the amount of pivoting you want. Consider using Loctite if you want to lock this down, and if not, just check your tension that it doesn't back out on you. Looking at the back of the RHP, you can see that you have a bunch of different mounting slots and mounting holes. You can mount this leg strap anywhere you want on here based on the ride height that you like. Our recommendation is you mount it as low as possible with the QLS plate, or if you're deciding to run a holster directly mounted to this, run it on the bottom hole of the holster. This keeps the leg strap from riding up into your crotch, which we find pretty uncomfortable, but again, mess around with it and see what the best configuration is for you. The most important thing is do not mount the leg strap to the back of the RHP. Make sure that it is sandwiched between the drop leg and whatever's on the front side. Here we have a True North Concepts MHA. It's probably our favorite drop leg solution. We like to mount it typically by putting this grommet at the lowest setting on the QLS plate, but a lot of guys like to use this leg strap mounting bracket that True North has, and so we're going to show you how to set it up here. What you're going to need to do is unthread the leg strap from the tri-glide and the buckle. Here we're doing this on a Cobra buckle, but this works the exact same way for side release. You're going to ensure that the Made in the USA flag is facing your body. You're going to come from the bottom of the plate over the top, back down and through, and you're going to slide it right until that grommet gets up into the plate. You can pull this further through if you want, but we find that it seems to sit the best right like that. Once you've done that, take your tri-glide. This will now be facing away from your body. You're going to thread the tri-glide on. Again, same thing, in from the bottom, down through the top. Your male buckle, you'll take the silver side or the top side on a side release towards the outside of your body. You're going to come in from the bottom, over that crossbar, back down through the top, and slide it back. And then to feed through your tri-glide, you're just going to simply follow the webbing back through. So up through the bottom and down from the top. From there, you can adjust these to your desired level of tension, and that's how you mount on the bracket. All right, so I've gone ahead and adjusted this leg strap length to meet my leg, following what we've talked about, where 2 to 3 inches between the male buckle and the tri-glide, and then I want about a palm's width on the backside. That'll give us flexibility to adjust this for other clothing, or if you get a bunch of gains from squats. And so all I'm going to do is take a pair of scissors or a knife, and you're going to go ahead and cut this. Take a lighter, and you're going to burn the end until it fully melts down, and it should look like melted plastic that then hardened along the sides. If this ever starts to fray again, just reburn it, but make sure you give this a good burn. This stuff's not going to light on fire. And now your leg strap's adjusted. I'd take that tri-glide and slide it back just a little bit, and now you don't have a big tail getting in the way, but you still have plenty of room to adjust this leg strap as you need to.